What's up, everybody? Here with Off the Field, special guest DJ Golatt. How you doing today, bro?
Doing good, man. Good. Just blessed to be here.
Good. Blessed you to be here too. Called you by your government. Yeah, I heard that for a little bit.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Beyond crazy.
Yeah. So, talk to me about your journey.
So my journey started like really early. I started playing at the age of 4. Played with a lot of different teams growing up. Met a lot of great people like you. Coming up, went to Annapolis area Christian first. After that, went to Riverdale Baptist for to finish off my senior year. Going into college, I had committed to Morgan State University, the Morgan State University. Yeah. I am an alumni. I did graduate from there, and so after I had a couple of years there, a bunch of coaching changes was going on, and needed some stability. So Bowie State, I said that was a spot for me. Coach Wilson had called me, gave me a call, and was like, "You ready to come?" And I was like, "Come on, like I'm ready." It was kind of late in the season. Kind of late during the off season for me to come to Bowie, but I made the decision to go, and so I was definitely blessed to do that. Following that season, while Wilson was there, he decided that he needed to change locations and go up to Morgan, where I just was at. Yeah, so that was a crazy transition. But I mean, it worked out. It worked out for the better, I think, for me at least. And so Coach Kyle Jackson, he did a great job of definitely adjusting very quickly, adjusting on the fly. And so I think he did a great job in terms of just making sure that I'm ready. And I try to do my best to help him lead the team and try to make sure guys were doing the right things on and off the field, and just keeping the program together, because the program had a lot of great history of winning. Right. And so I was just trying to keep that same legacy that was going on there. And so that was really a big thing for me this year. So Bowie State worked out for me.
All right. So talk to me about like your mindset of going into Bowie State. Like, you just say you wanted stability, right? That's the whole reason why you left Morgan State. Yeah. So you think you go to Bowie State for some stability because you had OCs every year and being in college and everything. So talk to me about how that affected your mindset, or did you even think about it when he left? Like,
right. Yeah, I definitely thought about it. I mean, like, I thought I was gonna be playing under him, you know what I mean? And so, like, it was definitely heartbreaking at the time. But then I had to face reality. I had to face reality and just realize it is what it is, you know what I mean? It's not like I hadn't gone through it before. Right. And so I feel like God really did his job of getting me prepared for that. You know what I mean? Like, going to Morgan, the first 3 years I was there, we had 3 different offensive coordinators and 3 head coaches.
That's and crazy. So, 3 head coaches?
Yeah, 3 different playbooks. The whole 9. And like, being a quarterback, the playbook's the biggest thing. Like, that's the hardest thing to really get a grasp of. And not even being a quarterback, any position. The playbook is always going to be the hardest thing, because it's not physical. It's a mental thing. Everybody in football and Division I football, or even college football period, is physically gifted. Right. The difference is, can they grasp that playbook? Can they listen? Can they take coaching? And so I think God really put me all through that to get ready for this last season. So when Wilson had made the decision that he was gonna change locations, I was upset, of course, but at the same time I'm like, okay, God, I see what you're trying to say. I see what you're trying to do with me. Like, this is my story. Right. This is my story, and I think that it really helped me overall, because it helped my IQ 100%, bro. Right. Like, 100.
So talk about IQ. What do you do to better your IQ, or what studying film do you do?
College, to watching film, seeing how different coaches might read different play concepts and different route concepts. And so I kind of like fine-tuned of how I know I can play, you know what I mean? And just taking coaching with a grain of salt, like understanding like what the coach is trying to get towards you, but not letting it affect you to play like a robot. Because if you play like a robot, it's not going to be the best. Yeah. You want to be loose and be comfortable.
Because you want to, facts. Because sometimes I caught myself in my journey, like, playing like a robot, just trying to play what the coach want me to do and not playing to what I know to do. Like, I always going to get better and better, but still be yourself throughout the whole thing and throughout the whole process, because you don't want to it's not fun if you're not doing it your way, you feel me?
Right.
So I always do that.
Yeah. It's like Jordan. It's like or Kobe. Kobe ain't gonna have fun passing the ball. Again.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Nah,
Like
for real.
he want to go beat Kobe.
Yeah.
You know, go
drop 80.
drop 80.
Bucket,
Go get a bucket.
So talk about Morgan State's transition to Bowie State. Like when you got to Bowie State, it's not like you started right away, so you had to set out another season for a little bit. So talk to me about that. How was your adversity, fighting through adversity towards your story? What was you going through mentally at the time?
Mentally at the time, transitioning from Morgan State to Bowie, I was in I can say I was in a bad mental space. I was definitely in a bad mental space. I had to get closer to God and really like understand what He was doing with me. Because of all the coaching changes, and I had a couple personal changes in my life that was going on, you know, with a bunch of different stuff. In terms of getting to Bowie, that's the big question. Why didn't I play right away? So I had like unfortunate situations that happened when I was leaving Morgan. Front office, the business, the admissions weren't working how they needed to be at the time, and so I ended up having to miss all the fall camp going into the 2021 season. For Bowie, I missed all fall camp. I showed up like the last week. I had to finish a couple things back up at Morgan just to make sure that my transcripts were correct. It said that I didn't graduate when I did. Like HBCU, you know, it is what it is, man. Yeah. But yeah, like my transcript didn't say that I had graduated when all my credits were finished. They called my name at the commencement. You know, like. I thought everything was all good, and when I was trying to apply to different schools, I was getting accepted into different programs and grad schools, doctorate programs as well. And I had actually like kind of made a decision in my own head. I was going to UMD. In the process of trying to get into the school process, Coach Brooks had said, "Hey, like your transcript doesn't say that that you graduated. Like you need to figure it out." So you know, it's during COVID. It's during COVID. It's the summertime. Right. It's HBCU. Yeah. Nobody's in the office. Yeah. You know, so nobody was really available at the time to help me. I don't blame anybody but myself for just not being ahead of the game in terms of getting all of that done. But that is what it is, and as camp had already started, I was kind of in a place where I didn't know if I was even going to play football again. You know, like I was at home, I was still working out, still being prepared, staying ready for something that happened. My mother actually helped me tremendously in terms of getting my transcript fixed. We took a trip up to Morgan, like went to the front office, and my mom was in there, you know, raising her hand, knocking down doors. So stop playing with my son. Stop playing with my son. So she went. Shout out mom. So she went in there, got it all done. After that, I called Wilson back, and he was like, "Are you ready now?" And I'm like, "Yeah, coach, I'm coming to Bowie." And so going into that, it was 1 week of camp left. I'm thinking like, yep, I'm about to be out there practicing, etc. Another devastation happened to me, a small devastation. He was like, "Have you got your COVID shot?" No. You know, in the beginning of COVID, people were kind of like scared. I ain't gonna lie, like I was scared to get my COVID shot at first.
I'm gonna tell you my COVID story after you tell me yours.
So I didn't get it. Cause I had got COVID before. It didn't really affect me. Like I didn't have any symptoms or anything. God bless. Yeah. But yeah, so I didn't have my shot yet. And he said, "Okay, you need to go get your shot before you can participate with us." And so like after that, I'm like, all right, God must be telling me to stop playing. Like it's just like it seemed like one door just kept closing, and it's like everything is just going against me right now. I didn't really know what was going on, and so that really put me in a bad mental space because I'm like, all right, I finally got the school stuff over with. Now it's something else. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I got 1 week of camp left. I'm trying to play like I'm thinking this is my make or break year. This is my junior year. I need to show what I can do. You know what I mean? And so I ended up sitting out that year. I went into Bowie knowing that they had the previous Offensive Player of the Year, Jerome, and he did a great job. I definitely got to watch and got to learn a lot from him and understood how he played and how he thought as well. And also got to learn my teammates too, because I even though I wasn't playing, I was still being able to practice. Right. And I knew who was going to be coming back and who wasn't, etc. And so watching him and just learning my teammates and getting a good relationship with the teammates and the coaches through that season without me playing definitely definitely helped, and that's what led into my new season. So.
Okay. That's actually good.
What's your COVID?
COVID story? So, COVID happened. Everybody was scared. Everybody was going through the whole pandemic and everything as athletes coming in. But nobody wanted to get the shot. So, Hampton all summer didn't tell nobody they need to get the shot until maybe a month before school started, or like a week before we had to go back. Mm-hmm. So I'm out Puerto Rico, right, with the family and everything. Okay. My coach called me talking about something. Hey Zay, I'm looking on the list. You ain't get the shot. I'm like, Ken, probably like 3-4 weeks away, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, yeah, I'm out the country right. I'm out the States right now, so I'm gonna get it when I get back. He was like, well, when you get back, you got to miss the whole 3 weeks of camp. The whole month of, basically I wasn't going to be here the whole summer.
You had to wait like 2 weeks after you got the shot.
Yeah,
Right?
and you got to get 2 shots. You couldn't just get 1 shot. So I was going to miss like 4 weeks of camp. So I'm like, dang, coach, like, what you want me to do? And this one, it's like all the worst vaccines was available when nobody had no research on it. What's the worst one? Not Pfizer.
I had Pfizer. Nah, there was another one.
Johnson. Yeah, they want me to take Johnson in Puerto Rico, bro. The one shot joint. I get to the joint, right? I get in the chair and everything. I'm like, damn.
In Puerto Rico?
In Puerto Rico, bro. I'm like, damn, this for football, bro. I love the game. I got to make it do what it do. I get in the seat, bro. She telling me all the side effects. You might lose eyesight for 24 hours, but you're going to gain it. Vomit, sickness, motion sickness. I'm like, nah, bro. I got that drink. I said, nah, bro. I got to find another way. So I got back and I ended up getting the vaccine, and we put some things together and made me get back earlier so I wouldn't have to miss nothing. But some crazy things to do for the sport, for the game.
Crazy things, for real.
So talk about all this emotion, all this feeling, what we've gone through, just through our whole journey. I know you get emotional, like it's a passion, like you've been doing this your whole life. Like I'm getting chills just talking about it right now. So like, have you ever cried over the sport, had any sleepless nights, or just emotional?
Oh, definitely, man. Like I said, I wasn't in the best mental space at the time because of things that was outside of football, relationship-wise, losing a couple friends, back to back, family members, family stuff, just life. You know what I mean? Life was catching up to me. Life was catching up to me, and it felt like everything was working against me. I'm like, I've been playing so hard, I've been training so hard to try to make this thing work, and it just felt like everything else was working against me, and I felt like football was all I had. And so when I felt like football was all I had, and I saw it kind of slipping away a little bit, at one point it was like, damn, like what else do I have? Like, I felt like I didn't have anything else. And that's when my family and my friends really came to me, and I was like wow, I really got people that really love me out there. Like I got people that look up to me and like forget about football. You know what I mean? Like forget about football. I got people that like really have love for me. You feel me? Like people were calling me, making sure I'm good. And like I wasn't answering the phone all the time, but when I did, like it did bring a lot of joy to my heart. Just to know that somebody was there and they wanted to listen, because like as a black man, like we always talk to like suck it up, right? You know what I mean? Like suck it up, you'll be alright. Like you know what I mean? And like I still do it to this day, like just off a bad habit. But you know, like when you're really vulnerable in a place where you feel like you don't have anybody, that's when you need people the most. When you think you can do it all by yourself, that's really when you need people. Like it's okay to ask for help. Right. You feel me? Like I didn't know that I was going through a mental depression at the time. You know what I mean? Somebody had to bring it up to me, like, hey bro, like you might need a therapist. You might need help. You might just need to talk to somebody. You might need to talk to a friend. You feel me? And so like I said, like being a black African American, and then being plus a football player, it goes from you have to be tough to being a black man to you have to be extra tough because you're a football player. Right. You feel me? And so I was trying to carry all of that weight. I was trying to carry all of that weight by myself, and then like, you know, having you have a lot of pressure being a black man, being a football player, and then being a quarterback. Right. You're the face you're supposed to be the face of the school. You're supposed to be this big macho guy who doesn't show any emotion, who can get through everything by himself and just do it all by himself. And like, it doesn't work like that. You know what I mean? Life doesn't work like that. Football doesn't even work like that. And so that's what I really learned. Like, you have to use the people that's around you. You have to like actually like use your resources. And like same thing with football, being a quarterback. Sometimes quarterbacks are getting to a place where they feel like they have to do it all by themselves. You know what I mean? No, bro. Like, you have guys around you that have their job. Their job is just to get the ball in space and make a play. You know what I mean? That's their job. Your job is just to get it to them.
Right.
You feel me? So like, you don't have to do everything by yourself. You don't have to make the humongous throw. You can throw a little 5-yard. It might turn to 80.
Right.
You know
That's
what I
the
mean?
thing.
So
he's out there being point guard.
He's out there being a point guard. So like mentally I wasn't well at the time, but like I had to go find my place. Like, I actually like took some trips and like went to just really clear my head. Shout out Chris.
Chris Darisaw doing his thing in the league, man, for the Vikings.
Yeah, he definitely helped me like clear my head. He heard, like, he saw what I was going through. Like, that's my brother, so like he could tell like something wasn't right with me at the time, man. So like just being able to get away, cause I was in Maryland forever. Like, you know what I mean? I was born in DC, raised in Maryland, went to school in Maryland. So it's like I never really saw anything else. Right. You know what I mean? Like, the only time I really see anything is taking away trips for a football game.
Right.
Like, you don't really have time to clear your head. You got meetings. Right. So like just being able to just get away and just think and just like take a chill break and relax, that really helped me get closer to God and just helped me learn myself and like what I need and what I need to be doing. And so that's really what helped me through all of the stuff that was going on.
Talk about through your mental adversity. Like, you told me like you lost a lot of your friends. We both had the same mutual friends for us. So talk about losing Dwayne Haskins, losing Lil Corey, Tay, your teammates, just so many people around you in such quick of a time. Like, I know you say you felt like everybody, the world is against you, one versus the world. So like, what was your thought process? What was going through your head? How could you get out that jam you was going through?
So like that around the time when I wasn't playing, like when we were in COVID and even going into the next year, 2021, like I said, I felt like I had lost myself a little bit because of everything that was going on, like losing Dwayne, going into my senior year, 2022, Jordan Cofield, my teammate that was at Morgan, he actually stayed in the room right beside me during COVID, and so like during that time we got like real close because like we was in quarantine together basically, like you know what I mean, like I ain't had nobody else to talk to. Him, and then like of course like my brother Ty that passed a while ago, Tay, Corey, a bunch of guys, Lyle. It was definitely depressing at the time. I could say when it had happened. Like I said, I felt like not only the world was against me, I felt like God was against me, bro. Like to be honest, I'm like, all right, God, like what's up? Like I understand I understand I'm a black man, I gotta take it, whatever. But like I felt like he had his finger pointed at me, like I did something wrong. You know what I mean? And so like throughout the time, like having talks with my family, having talks, just being by myself, like I had to kind of find my way out of there, like listening to different sermons and just trying to make sure that my mental stayed straight. And plus I had the pressure of like, all right, I gotta make a break. I gotta have a good year. You know what I mean? And during that time, the friends that I do have left, like you and Christian, a bunch of people that like I would talk to, I'm like, you know, we lost a lot of people. Right. But like that's life. Life and death happens. Everybody's story is different. I feel like that's a part of my story. That's a part of who I am now. Just to know that I did overcome a lot of that adversity, that really motivated me. Like when all this stuff was happening, it felt like it was tearing me down. But like what they say, what don't kill you make you stronger. And like, when I tell you like that made me strong, bro. Like I feel like I done seen it all. Like I'm young, like I'm real young, but like I feel like my eyes are old though. Like I feel like my soul is old because like I've seen a lot in such a quick amount of time. And like not just with friends, like with family, like during the season, losing my grandparents, both of them, like within like the same 2 months. Like at the same time, and like I'm like 19 at the time, and I'm like I don't really know how to handle it. Like just going through that, I just noticed that it was really building me up to like I wouldn't want to say anger, but I more say like on the field, like passion. Like if you play against me, if you really see me in my eyes, like if you lined up against me, like you could really see it. Like you could really see it. Like every game, I got somebody's name on my, like you be seeing on the Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I got somebody's name under my eyes because like when I did cry, like a lot of them tears was because of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so like every time that I play, like every time that I play, right before the game, I actually pray. I pray before every game, but like during that prayer, I say like all the names that like I've lost and like that could come to memory right on the spot. I'm like Wayne, show through me. Ty, show through me, play through me.
Right.
And if you feel me, like that, and that really helps me because it's like I'm playing for something bigger than just myself.
Right.
I'm playing for something bigger than just people that are here watching me, people that are still alive. You know what I mean? I'm trying to maintain my friends' names. You know what I mean? And just knowing that I have somebody that's not only on earth watching me, I got a gang of people like watching over me up top. They got like that really like builds me up because I'm like, if ain't nobody on my side, I know I got people up there that's on my side. Like, and so yeah, like that, like just those times can really like either build a person or break down a person. It broke me down, but it built me back up at the same time.
So let's talk about just me and you experience with Dwayne, because we was probably checking it out every day.
I remember it like it was yesterday.
Man, so like, how detrimental do you think Dwayne was towards our development as young guys? And he was like, because he was older than us, but we was always the same age, but he was older than us. So like, we was all chasing that one spot. So like, how detrimental do you think that was towards us, looking back at it?
To me, so I met Dwayne when I was a freshman in high school, I think. Yeah, I was a true freshman in high school. This was before Perfect Performance. Like before PP, I had met Dwayne at days that the NFL used to put on this showcase. I think we might have went. The NFL Prep 100.
Yeah.
They used to have this showcase where like they would choose like the top 100 like high schoolers, like young high schoolers that were around, and I was blessed enough to get invited. And that was the first time I had really met Dwayne. He had just moved. He had just moved from Jersey down here. And I remember he was telling me because we was in the same group. Like we was in the same QB group. At that same place, like it was a bunch of different people. Like Trayvon was there, Diggs,
I remember that
Savion, Khalil, my running back at Bowie, like a bunch of people was there. But me and Dwayne had like connected like right off top, cause like a lot of people don't know this about Dwayne, but like he's super goofy.
They don't know Dwayne. That's my
so
brother.
serious.
But yeah, that's my brother. Big guy, goofy.
Wayne is super goofy. So like at the time we was young as we were young as hell. So we sitting there like listening to coaches and like he's sitting beside me like giving me them looks and like saying little smart stuff and just being funny. Like I'm like, bro, like stop, bro, I gotta be serious right now.
Right, especially in the little huddles and stuff.
I'm listening to the coach right now, man. Like he was always super talented, and so then like after my freshman year, like we had went through the season and like I kind of like lost touch because I don't think I got his number right away. And then right after my freshman season, that's when PP was starting up. So I went there and I'm like, Wayne, what's up, bro? Like, you know what I mean? I saw you there, I saw Bowie, I saw a bunch of us, man, Kasim. So I was like, we just gained our relationship back. And then right after that, we started taking those trips. Started taking those out of town trips, and so too many stories. Too many stories about those.
What you think? Let me pause it right here. What you think your what you think your favorite PP story was?
My favorite?
Or most memorable.
About Wayne or about like
about
something else?
Anything, whatever you want.
You know.
Let's talk about Wayne first. All
right. So my favorite PP story with Wayne had to be when we was in Florida. So we traveled down to IMG. We get down there, we are starving. So me, Wayne, and Trayvon, I forget who else might have been with us. Oh, what was the receiver? Strong, brown skin. Zach.
Oh, Zach.
Yeah. I ain't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zach. We was all like starving, and I'm like, bro, like we gotta find some food. So we walked like not a mile. We probably walked like a half a mile to the Walmart. We went to Walmart. They had McDonald's in there. So we sitting in there. We come back to the hotel, go eat, right? So I think DJ turned. Was DJ there? Yeah, DJ was there.
Yeah.
DJ was I think he was playing that. Was he playing you and Madden?
Yeah.
Someone was playing Madden.
In the hotel?
Yes.
Yeah,
in the hotel. So we're all in this. Yeah, it's like 10 of us in this little room. And I don't know what happened. I don't remember what exactly happened, but I just remember me and Wayne started wrestling out of nowhere.
I remember that actually.
And Coach Curtis and Leonard, I'm sorry. We definitely put that hole in that wall.
I'm about to say, what's that hole in there?
Yes,
I'm about to say that, bro.
Yes, bro. Like I think it's because he beat me, and then like we just started talking, blah, and then we just got to wrestling, and we fall into the wall.
I remember that trick, man.
Big old hole in the wall. Like, I'm sorry, Coach, but so like that. I say that's my favorite PP moment with Wayne. Just like. After that, it's like you really friends with somebody when y'all fight. When y'all fight, not even friends. Like you really know when your brothers like y'all get into a fight, whether it's physical or like an argument. You feel me? Like me and you got into plenty of arguments. So I say that's probably my biggest. It's a lot though, cause like stuff happened like after that too. Like I don't know. Cause I got a lot of memories. Cause like being at his crib when he got his first crib in Ashburn, like just spending time with him and our other friends and relationships, and like we was just all like one just big family for real. Yeah, that's probably my funniest moment with Wayne when we was young and wrestling and putting that hole in the wall.
I remember when I first met Wayne. It was at St. John's camp. I was probably going to my freshman year, and it was at St. John's camp. He just moved from Jersey, like you said. He just moved from Jersey. I was on the field, but I was watching him. I was like, that guy, He's like best play at the camp and shit. I'm like, he balling. So like my development was a little different. Like I ain't get my first start in high school until I didn't get my first start in quarterback until my 8th grade year. Yeah. So I was looking at Dwayne like, okay, he's the best right now in the state. So like now I'm over here training with Wayne.
And
watching him. No, Bryson put me in Dwayne, like we was always training together, right? Mm-hmm. So sometimes like as a quarterback, you're not gonna always be perfect on dots, right? So you have your all day, especially since I'm developing right now. So Coach Bryson really like tell me I can't train with him at that time while Dwayne was training. So he would kick me out the shape. If I'm doing bad, Bryson would kick me out the training. Yeah, I'm mad as hell. I'm like, I ain't going like that. I'm dead. So like, I'll be off, cause it's on point. You gotta be on point. So so I'd be a little ball off to the back or something like that. Bryson, no, you can't be doing that. Like, you want to chase perfection, get out of here. Like, come back. So I'm over here like staying extra, just trying to put in some work because I missed the work with Dwayne. Yeah. So now I gotta get those throws back and things like that, and just that whole process and just growing up with him. Like I feel like that really made me better at the time. Yeah. And like
I can say it definitely helped me within college too. Because in high school, I remember in high school being a quarterback, like you want to show your arm talent. Mm-hmm. You want to drill that every throw, And so when I got to college, I was like when me and Wayne started working out again, I was watching him like throw his fade, and I'm like, he's not throwing it too high. He's throwing it like right up top of his head, just so that he can bag. You know what I mean? Just so we can bag it. And I'm like, just watching him, it was just little minute details that you could see when watching Dwayne. Like it was like, okay, that's what it's supposed to look like. I know what it's supposed to look like. Like, that's how you throw it. Like that's how you're supposed to throw the ball. Like, So Wayne definitely was and then watching film too, like during the summer, the first summer his rookie season when he got to Washington, he had lived all the way out in Virginia by the facilities and everything. So like Bryson would have his sessions out there. You was still at school, I think.
Yeah, I was away for that.
Yeah. Bryson would have his sessions all the way down in Virginia, and I'm like, is why is we driving all the way to Virginia? Like, why are we driving all the way to Virginia? So I would make the drive. I would make the drive because I'm like, it's work. You know what I mean? It's work, and it's with Bryson Spinner. Like, he the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Shout out Bryson Spinner.
Yeah, so knowing that he was gonna be out there, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go for sure. And then I'm like, I know Wayne gonna be out there, so cool. But then at that time, I'm like, I can't keep driving home every day. Like I'm a college athlete, and at this point, I'm like a junior, a sophomore going into my junior season. I'm like, I ain't got no job for real. Like I'm not making too much money to the point where I can just keep on paying for gas. Yeah. Like, and like, I'm not saying this in Alexandria. Like, no, we're going too deep.
Right.
We're going
hour 30,
extra.
hour 40.
Yeah. Like hour 30, hour 40 plus traffic.
Right.
And so I'm like, at that point, I'm like, hey Wayne, like, yeah, like I'm sleeping in your house. he was like, I don't know why you just kept driving. Like, I'm like, yeah. So I would go to his house and we would actually like watch film. I would watch a lot of his practice film, and he would like just teach me like stuff that they might do in the league and like understand the concepts that the NFL likes to run. At least the Redskins, or my bad, the Commanders now. But yeah, they were the Redskins back then. So Washington, I was watching a lot of their film and just understanding the small details that coaches look for when playing that position, and then also understanding don't be a robot. You know what I mean? Just go out there and still have fun. It's football at the end of the day. Like, coaches recruit you because you can play football. They don't recruit you so that you can go out there and be a robot. They want you to play how they saw you play. Right. And like whenever they saw you play, you were probably having fun. Probably just being who you are. And so watching film and just learning the game was like a big, like, that's probably the biggest thing that I can say that helped me within this last season for sure.
Get to some trivia right quick.
Okay.
We're going to start off with the easy one. If you don't know this, you might got banned you from DC. Which NBA player was named Agent Zero?
Gilbert. Agent Zero, Gilbert.
How many points did Michael Jordan score in his first NBA game?
In his first? Was it over 30?
Nah, it wasn't over 30.
Was it under 20?
Yeah.
Was it 18?
Close. 16.
All right.
Close because I gave you 3 hints.
Yeah. I should know that, though. My mom used to cheerlead for the Bulls. I should really know that.
Yeah. Scale is an earthquake measured on the Richter scale, the Beaufort scale, or the Safari-Simpson scale?
Victor.
You said what?
Victor. Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the Richter scale. Which of the following was invented first? The television, radios, or hair dryers?
Radio. Hair dryer.
Yeah, hair dryer. Yeah. You know the hair dryer.
Yeah, hair dryer. Yeah.
So going back to it. So coming back off of a monster season. 18 throwing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns, 2,700 yards passing. So like, talk to me about your preparation throughout the summertime, throughout everything, through your off-season journey.
So my off-season journey, really it was learning the playbook, man. Before I thought like, all right, I gotta just make sure I'm throwing every day, doing the drills, like doing different quarterback drills, and that is very important. But understanding who's on your team and understanding what y'all are running, and also meeting with the offensive coordinator. So, like I said, Coach Wilson had parted ways with Bowie, and we had a new coaching staff coming in. Coach Tyree Reed was my offensive coordinator throughout the summer. He did a great job of helping me understand how to read different concepts and understanding what he would call. Unfortunately, going into camp, he had got the call from the Commanders asking him, can he come coach? And so I applaud him. Like I'm super happy for him. Like right. You know what I mean. At the time I was like, dang, you know what I mean. But I'm like shoot. If I was in the same position, like that's my dream. Like that's his dream. Like go coach in the NFL. Like I'm super happy for him. So we had a new offensive coordinator come in, Matthew Goggins, who had actually played at Bowie before as well as Coach Tyree. He had came in from Barton College, and he kind of didn't really like. I understood like he's a coach. He's coming in late. He had to go right into camp, he did a great job of adjusting on the fly. Like I've never seen somebody adjust on the fly like he did like that because coming and then he's coming to an HBCU and he's not a black coach.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like you got to earn that respect and you got to do a bunch of stuff, which shouldn't have to be necessary for some guys. It wasn't really necessarily that for me because I came from a bigger school and I've had different coaches.
Right.
And so when he came in, he did an amazing job of just adjusting to the program and understanding like who's on our team, who can you talk to certain ways and everything, because every team is different. And meeting with him in the off season, I could say definitely helped me this season because he didn't know me from a can of paint. Like he didn't. I was a stranger to him.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he didn't know me coming out of high school. Bowie never recruited me coming out of high school.
Right.
You know, I was never thinking I was going to go to Bowie. But at the time, he like I said, he did an amazing job. And meeting with him, it was kind of like I realized that being an offensive coordinator and being a quarterback, you have to be together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a quarterback, obviously we're going to listen to our offensive coordinators, but sometimes, like I said, with being a robot, that can get misconstrued because sometimes a quarterback can say, all right, I'm going to just do what the coach wants and not helping the coach.
Right.
Helping the coach, coach, this is kind of how I see it. You know what I mean? Like, a coach is going to call stuff that he knows is going to work for
you.
Yeah, work for you. You know what I mean? And if you don't help communicate that, it's going to be super hard. You know what I mean? And before, I didn't really communicate that as well as I could have. And, now understanding, all right, no, you have to meet with him, get him to understand what you like to throw and what you know you can throw, or different ways that you like to read the different things. And so me and Coach Golatt, of course, we've had plenty of arguments because we're both super competitive.
Right.
We're competitive guys. He played quarterback as well, and so we both were okay, I read it this way. No, I read it this way. You know what I mean? But you just gotta be able to take the coaching and adjust accordingly. And so that was probably the biggest thing through this season. Besides the physical part, of course, doing quarterback drills, getting with my receivers. You know, I used to bring you to the field as well sometimes. Coming with my receivers and just throwing routes. Right. You know what I mean? Just out there throwing routes and getting the receivers to understand how you think as a quarterback. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I might need you to sit.
Right.
I need you to sit in a hole. You know what I mean? And just doing different things when you're throwing routes, calling out man, calling out zone, calling out the picture, the big picture, hey, it's cover two, too high, hard corner, etc. You know, so just doing small things like that, staying conditioned as well. Bowie did a good job of helping our whole team condition over the season. We ran a lot, we lifted a lot. And then I also understood in myself, I'm going to Bowie. This is my last season. At least I want to make this my last season. I have to make sure, leave no doubt that I'm doing something more every day than everybody else is. So a lot of my friends play basketball, and so that conditioning actually helped me. It helped me stay light on my feet because as a quarterback, you really want to stay light on your feet, be able to move. You got to move in the pocket. Right. And so after workouts and after lift and after practice, a lot of people don't know this, but I go hoop. You know what I mean? I go play basketball. I go get that extra sweat. Extra cardio. So then when
I remember us actually leaving the field to go hoop.
Yes.
We left the field, having out there for 2-3 hours and go hoop. Yeah. Another 2-3 hours.
Yeah, literally. It's just something I gotta stay active, man. Cause I know my body and I know how I want to feel when I'm playing. I don't want to be tired. Ever. Right. You know what I mean? And being able to do both and still have fun at the same time. When I say I hoop, I'm not saying I'm going out there trying to dunk with people. I'm just out there literally just running up and down. I'm running up and down. They give me the ball. I might shoot it a couple times a night. But yeah, good. Definitely cardio definitely helped me just staying light on my feet.
Any regrets you had while being in college, so the future generation can look out for?
I don't regret anything, of course. I do wish I did some things more. I wouldn't take back any mistakes that I made. But some things that I would have done more is definitely meeting more people and being more, what's the word I'm looking for?
Social.
Yeah, being more social. Cause at the time, I don't even say at the time, like to this day, like I'm a little antisocial sometimes. That's just how I am a little bit. You know, I'm a big people watcher. I like to watch people and understand where I'm at and my surroundings, etc. But definitely, being more social and trying to build a bigger connection with other people that might be into other things. That's definitely something I would say that I wish I had did more of.
Okay. So now we get to the hot seat questions of the interview. Do you have an alter ego?
Alter ego.
Yeah.
I have 2 alter egos actually. My one alter ego is Diego.
Okay.
I know you probably heard me talk about Diego sometimes.
Yeah.
Diego is a guy. My real name Dion, and so my alter ego is Diego. That's my he's having fun, like, you know, just fun guy outside, outside with the friends, having fun with the guys, just being Diego. Like, I'm not Dion, I'm not DJ right now. I'm Diego. I'm just here living, here living. I might be Spanish sometimes, man. You know, you never know. My other alter ego, Humble Beast. Humble Beast. Yeah, but Humble Beast is just being a guy that knows what he can do. You know what I mean? Knowing that on the inside, I could be a beast. Like, I'm a beast on the inside, but like I'm not gonna show that until it's time. You know what I mean? So just remaining humble. I try to show that on the field a lot. Like people talk trash to me all the time. You're a quarterback. Everybody tries to talk trash to you every time. But like people don't understand, like, that don't do nothing but fuel me. Like, if you talk trash to me, it's over.
Turn me up.
It's over, because like you're not, like, you're gonna just see me look at you. I'm gonna look at you a certain way. I'm gonna look at you a certain way. I'm not gonna say nothing, and then you're just gonna be looking. And you're just gonna be like, "What you like?" People be like, "What you don't know how to talk?" I'm just look at you and then go on to the next play and then fry you.
Right.
Humble Beast.
Who's your biggest motivator?
Grace.
Grace, your sister?
My little sister.
So
my little sister.
We didn't even get to talk about that.
Yeah.
How is it growing up with another D1 athlete in your family?
It is amazing, because watching Grace grow up is like, it brought so much like happiness to me. Like it's almost like having a little sister is kind of like having a daughter, but it's having a daughter that you could talk to like it's a sister. You know what I mean? So like, watching Grace just overcome so much with not only just watching her hold her brother, but like she has her own life. You know what I mean? Like she goes through her own situations and everything, and just watching her overcome so much, and being the younger person in the family, it's kind of like you kind of are looked over a little bit, like nobody's really like worried about you all the time. But like she shows that she's herself. Like Grace doesn't change for nobody. You know what I mean? Like I've never seen Grace like change her attitude, her approach to her game, because she plays lacrosse, and so and then not only that, like she's super athletic, bro. Like she's been athletic since we were kids. Like she's been fast forever. Like I remember, like when we used to run track, like she would always be like before I would make it to like regionals and like nationals and stuff like that, like she would always be the first one to make it. So I'm like, oh nah, like
now you gotta get it.
My little sister made it. I gotta make it. You know what I mean? So like watching her do that, being an athlete, and then also going to school and like getting scholarships to go to school. It's just like that's the big, like that was the biggest goal for me as a brother, like to make sure that she's situated. You know what I mean? And so like she's not all the way situated yet, but like, you know what I mean? Like just watching her take those steps into becoming the fine woman that she is today is like that brings nothing but joy to my heart. Like I wouldn't trade her for the world. Like she knows whatever for her. You know? So yeah. Biggest motivated, Grace. Shout out you.
So one experience that changed your life?
Losing Taiwan. Ty was like a brother. Like that's my brother. So like, when I was 19, it was a terrible day for me. Like it was literally a nightmare. Like the entire day was a nightmare, bro. That definitely changed my life because it gave me a bigger purpose. Watching his son grow up as well, Nas. Watching his son grow up, just knowing that like I got somebody that I kind of like have to make sure that they're good at. You know what I mean. Like if anything happens to Maya, who is doing an amazing job, like doing an amazing job of raising her children, and just watching her from. I'm not trying to be too close, but being at a space where she knows she can reach out to me if she definitely needs to. You know what I mean. Losing Ty was probably like the biggest change in my life, because I was like the first like real close friend like that I had ever lost. Like that's somebody that I would talk to every day, like look for. You know what I mean. That was probably the biggest thing. But it, like I said, it brought so much motivation, because Taiwan was like he was great at football, bro. Like if he would have like really took it serious, or like, you know what I mean, if his situation was a little bit different, he was one of those guys when you're in like middle school, you know like who the best on your team is, like, and there are some guys that slip through the cracks. You know what I mean? He was that guy that just slipped through the cracks. But like he was always a baller though. Like Ty, and he used to like, he wasn't afraid of nothing. Like he wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the biggest. He wasn't the strongest. He didn't look like he was the most athletic, but like he was just a dog. Like, he was a dog. And so like I said, I pray before every game. I say, hey, Ty, like play through me. Like be that dog. Like be that dog. Get up. You might be hurt. Get up. You gotta go again. You know. So Ty was the biggest change in my life that affected me.
If you could go back in time, what would you tell your 16-year-old self?
16?
Yeah, 16.
Pay attention to who you hang around and stay awake in class. 16. Like I went to my school was so far, bro.
I know. Yeah, my school far too. Yeah,
I was tired, bro. I was in a whole different county. Like I was tired at school. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's how I see.
I appreciate you for coming on today's show, bro. Anything you want to say to your fans and the audience before you head out?
Go check out my highlight tape. It's on my Instagram at humble_DJ9, or it's on my Twitter. Go retweet it at DJ Golatt. And just pray for me. You know what I mean? Make sure that you're praying for me, and just stay with me. You know what I mean? Also, make sure you take care of your mental. Mental is the biggest part of your body, so for sure. Take care of that.
Also, his highlight tape is going to be on the link down below, so make sure you guys follow and subscribe. Appreciate you for coming on today again, bro.
Always, man. Always. Pleasure.